from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today I'm very pleased joining me here from Dubai, Vikas Panchal. He's the GM for Tally Solutions here in the Middle East region. Vikas, thank you very much for being here with me today. The way I love to do it is I keep it to my guests to introduce themselves, give us a little bit more like a brief about you, about Tally, and then we can start the conversation from there. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Mehmet. Thanks for having us. And finally, we're able to catch up. And let me introduce myself. My name is Vikas Panchal. I work as the general manager for Tally Solutions. And Tally has been into the business of providing complete business management solution for small and medium enterprise for around 4 decades now. And in the headquarters based out of India, and we have our Middle East operations from Dubai. Around 2.5 million customers are. We've been able to service them all across the world. In UAE, we have got 65,000 businesses whom we're able to provide our services and have the opportunity to service them. I've been in with Tally for almost 2 decades myself now, and in UAE from almost 15 years. And I take care of the entire Middle East business operations here. So that's about me.
Great. And thank you again, Vikas, for being here with me today. I think we're going to talk about a topic which is close to my heart. I always say small, medium enterprises are, the heart of any economy. And there's no difference when we talk about also the UAE. Now, what I want to start with you, and this is also from what you're seeing in the market and how things are going. So when we talk about smarter solutions, when we start to talk about automation, people think, oh, wow, like this is for the big guys. It's not for me. So just let us discuss and explain to the audience like how automation tools evolve to better serve small, medium enterprises, especially in financial management.
No, I think the topic is also very close to my heart because I've been almost kind of spent more than half of my career in working with the SMEs, and as you very rightly pointed out, for any economy, specifically even for UAE, SMEs contribute to almost 60 to 70% of the entire economy, right? And not only in terms of the commercials, but in terms of the job opportunities and keeping the entire economy running. So. The name stays small and medium enterprise, but they are the actual the nerves of the entire economy. Now, when you say the word automation and as you rightly pointed out, that digital transformation, automation are the words where sometimes the very very small businesses get slightly skeptical about what is the automation all about. But to put in simple layman language. Today, we are finding that even if you have a small laptop or a small computer, and if you have a solution or a software which can help you to slightly automate your repetitive task, that's all automation all about with the SMEs. And we are blessed that in this part of the world that automation has picked up very very nicely with the support coming from all across. The entire industry supporting, the government's really focusing on supporting the SMEs, and the cost benefit or the cost is absolutely bare minimal for a individual or for a startup or a small medium enterprise to just have some systems in place, have a software, have some printers, and which can help them their business go right very faster. So things are picking up. SMEs are also understanding the business, the requirement for them to really automate the business. Although the scope is definitely there, we still have a lot of businesses who are not completely automated, who have just started their journey towards automation. And but we are seeing a great progress happening here.
Absolutely. Now, if I want, also for people who might be listening to us and they might not be aware, Vikas. So, from your experience, and you've been doing this for a long time, when we go, if let's say we decide, you and me now, to go, I don't know, to one of the streets of Dubai, area where a lot of these SMEs are there, maybe on Sheikh Zayed Road, or maybe we go to Sharjah, right? And we go to, the areas where usually these SMEs, they have their offices or maybe their factories and so on. What would be the number one or two, let's say, pain points that they might not be aware that they have today? So just to make sure that we are scratching this, so we understand like more about these guys' businesses, and also we try, you and me, to enlighten like what are the pain points that might not themselves knows also about.
See, I think the very rightly the first point what you pointed out was the word automation. So if you go in slightly interiors, then we feel we what I've observed is that people still feel that automation is something very big where they will have to actually redo their whole business mechanics or the business structure, and they will have to really change the way they do their business. But let me tell you, it is not that. It is if you the way the things we talk about automation is just moving from your manual transactional based system to or a transactional based business operation to a digital operation. To give a small example, there might be still some businesses who manage their books of records on or who they do their invoicing manually. Now, just to give a small example, if there is a buyer who comes and visits them, and they want some information to be very very, he asks them something about some product, and this guy, this gentleman, the business owner, wants to understand that what was the last transaction I did, or what is the stock in hand with me. No, he might have to actually ask somebody, or he might have to refer and take a lot of time to get this data. Vis-a-vis to a scenario where he has all his records maintained in a system, and with a click of a button, he will understand, okay, what is the stock lying in hand with me, what was the last transaction I did, or who was the last buyer, and he can instantly provide the information to the other person. So automation will definitely help him overcome those challenges. This is what the first thing of what we wanted, what we found out. Uh, Also, with compliance coming into picture, we have seen that there are still some SMEs, as I mentioned, they are partially automated. They still manage few things on a manual, but manage compliance through a bit of automation because that's the need of the hour. But to gain complete benefit of the automation is when you start doing your entry level transaction. That's right from your invoicing to the last mile transaction. If you digitize and if you automate it, that's where you will get the complete benefit of the automation tools.
That's fantastic, and thank you for bringing also the auditing and regulations. This is really really important, and I think like sometimes it's also underrated. Now let's jump to the topic that everyone is talking about nowadays. I'm excited about it, but again, because you're in the heart of this, because yourself, AI, and the way AI is transforming you know the business in overall, I would say. But uh, when it comes to driving innovations in financial analytics, so where are you seeing the most impactful innovations happening, especially for SMEs?
So I think AI, as we all know, is the buzzword which is happening all across. And as you again rightly pointed out, it is not only going to be limiting to large multinationals or large corporate. It's going to affect every individual, every business in a positive way. Let me put it across that way. Things which are on a repetitive as a repetitive way, AI is going to really make life easier for all of us. If you talk about SMEs, to give a small example, where you know uh, that is a data which is available in a system for a business owner, where he is keyed in all his information as far as his sales, purchase, or his debtors, creditors, payables, right? No, there are AI, there will be AI tools, and there are AI tools which will integrate with your business management software, or even the business management software will have an option itself where it will generate reports and give it to you that, okay, these are your fast moving items, these are your slow moving items, or these are your cash flow projections look like this, the way things are moving, or this particular vendor has been not paying you for paying, or has been a very good paymaster for you. So this AI tools will definitely start giving you information which will help you to make faster and wiser decisions for your business, right? And not only limiting it to a particular segment or a particular section of your business. It will range from what product you should keep more in stock. How does your uh, not so fast moving item look like, and hence is it possible for you to put some offer to liquid the stocks very faster. So that is how the AI will actually use information about all your data, work a data in such a way and provide you with insights which will really help you to take faster decisions. So that's how the AI is going to be taking, and AI. Today we are seeing that a lot of tools are available already in the market. There are a lot of business management software like us are already implementing it in our software itself, and it's up to the business owner to start taking the advantage of all those tools.
Right.
Like,
Now,
to give a small, sorry, to just give a small example with Tally, the software, we have one simple dashboard, which the moment
Mhm.
the owner comes in and he opens his software, he can configure his dashboard the way he says, okay, today, what is my bank balance looking like? What is the incoming I'm expecting? What are my past, what was my sales yesterday? He can configure the way, and the moment every time he wants to refresh, he just refreshes and the software captures all the information. So those are just the stepping stone towards these AI-enabled technologies.
Absolutely. But sometimes we hear also because that, and by the way, it's not only for SMEs, but I believe like SMEs, they would repeat it more. Like, hey, like I'm not sure how I can start adopting AI. Uh, I heard from people that sometimes there are a lot of challenges, right? So, in your opinion, what might these challenges be, and uh, how do you think they can be overcome?
So I think again, it all boils down to sometimes the lack of information, or the lack of knowledge, or with the concept that it will be too difficult for a person to operate, for SMS to operate, because that is where we found out, that a lot of times SMEs are slightly skeptical about implementing something from a perspective that they might not be able to use it optimally. That is where softwares like us come into picture. If you see the our tagline is power of simplicity. The SMEs, the key challenge what we found in SMEs is they want something which can be easily be implementable and which they can use it. And it could be one of the most cost effective tools for them to operate on. Uh, Software like us will definitely help them. And apart from that, they need to take small steps. They need to start implementing small things. They need to identify that what are the two or three things which what they're expecting out of it, because AI is like an ocean. You can do whatever you feel like doing. So rather than getting too excited by what will AI, how will AI help me, my advice or my 2 cents would be first to identify two or three things which they would want to solve. What are the challenges they feel they are facing in their business, and then explore that how can AI or a business management tool help them to overcome those challenges. Some certain businesses, what we have found out, are facing challenges in cash flow. Certain businesses are facing challenging inventory. So if they are able to identify that these are two, three challenges which I need to solve, and how can AI help me, that would be the right way to approach things, rather than just taking AI as a overall and getting too excited by the whole scenario, and then not taking a step at all. That is what we feel. We get so overwhelmed by the terminology and everything, then we'll end up not doing anything about it.
Right. So it's about again finding, what are the pain points the business is facing today, and then hook these AI tools uh, to solve these problems rather than just, hey, like I just want AI. This is
Yes,
happening. This is happening a lot because, and by the way, like it's happening even with the big guys,
yes.
because probably someone on the board heard about this AI thing, and he comes and start to ask, the technology, the CTO, maybe the CIO, hey, what are we doing on the AI? By the way, we should adopt AI, and then like people, they say, okay, we will adapt AI, but first we need to understand like where this AI will fit in the big picture and where it's taking us. Now, I want, because you touch a lot on the financial part of the house, which is great, and we mentioned the regulations a couple of minutes ago, but I want to go back and highlight these things about you know the compliance and the risks of fraud, right? So these things we hear a lot from SMEs that they get shocked sometimes. Oh, like we didn't know, like we didn't think that this might be a fraud. Now, I think this is a common problem, but what I want to understand you, because first, like um, how it should be tackled, and what are like some of the examples you might give us, and again how automation plus AI, would be able to reduce these risks, maybe completely remove these risks, and make sure that the business is 100% compliant.
No, that's absolutely a very very valid point. With compliance getting introduced in this part of the world, I think in 2018 when VAT was introduced, as Tally, we were one of the first to provide them with the compliance ready solution. But having said this, let me make one statement that the cost of non-compliance is much more than the cost of implementing something to be compliant, right? Because what we found in SME is sometimes no, they take it lightly. Okay, it's okay for us. Let's do whatever is possible to do. So first of all, that mindset needs to change. That in this part of the world, and we are blessed to be in a country where the compliance is very very simple. Unlike other countries. So first mindset is that let's ensure that we want to be compliant. Second thing, what we found out is that you need to have a tool or a support mechanism that could be your chartered accountant or your auditor who can definitely help you with, along with our tools like ours, right? A tool which will not only help you to be compliant in a way, not only generate reports, but your output is all based on the what input you are giving. So to give an example, with Tally, when we are given this VAT solution, we have also brought in a mechanism which is called as we call it as a PDC, that is prevention, detection, and correction. Now, what we mean by PDC, you could also maybe link it to AI or automation, but all your compliance is based on what inputs are you giving. So let's say I am a business owner and I had to prepare one invoice, and there's my accountant who had to prepare invoice, and wrongly he missed adding VAT to it. So the system will
Oh,
give an alert to you that okay, it will prevent you from doing that transaction. That okay, you missed something. But let's say, having said this, there might be some exceptions, and the business might want to go ahead, so it will allow you to do that. So first, there should be a system which will prevent you from doing mistakes. For whatever reasons, the business feels that no, I want to go ahead with this transaction. It will then again detect. So there will be one report which will give that okay, these are certain transactions where the system feels or the tool feels that you would have missed something or you would have done some error uh, managing your compliance. So it will detect also, and then once it is detected, it will also give an option for you to correct. So if there is a system which allows you to handle your business exceptions also with the flexibility of giving this prevention, detection, correction, then the chances of you being well, compliant is very very high. Now, apart along with the system, you will also have support from a system like ours helps the businesses and their chartered accountants who or their CPAs or the auditors to verify those reports very very easily, and then certify that okay, this is what is required, and this is correct report for you to file your VAT return, or for that matter, corporate tax and everything. So a business owner needs to look into such aspects that, okay, do I have a system which is not does whatever it wants to do, but also gives me a step by step procedure that, okay, even if I did a human error, the system identifies that error and it gives me an option to correct it, and then those reports can also be verified by the auditors. So what I feel is, and these are very very simple systems to operate. It is like, once you start getting used to it, even for your accountant or you as a owner, those systems will definitely help you to remain compliant, and hence no shocking things coming from anywhere that, okay, no, you are not compliant. So,
Right.
I mean, we've been able to, as I told you, we've been able to service 65,000 SMEs here in this part of the world, specifically in UAE, and we take pride in saying that, okay, we help them in their compliance journey.
That's perfect. Now, one thing which, of course, no one has a crystal ball to detect future, because especially in this rapid moving technology, I would say, storm we are living within, because every day we have something new nowadays. But if I want to think about solutions like yours, about like Tally, right? Because you mentioned a couple of times, the CPA and the accountant and the people who would be filing. Like, can we predict maybe that your solution would become kind of this agent that does the work of, people who usually SMEs rely on to make sure that they are, filing their VATs, they are like in compliance. Like, just if not, like, what are like the trends that you are currently seeing in this space, which is the mix of AI and automation that might be shaping and about to shape maybe also the future of how this whole finance is managed by the SMEs?
No, that's absolutely wonderful question, I think, and point what which you brought across. See, let me make it a point. Even when you're talking about 4 decades of Tally being present and automation being there for quite some time now, uh, as Tally, or for that matter any other tool, right, or a software, we are providing the tools which can be used by business owner and the chartered accountants or the accountants. Now the need of the hour, it's not gonna, no tool is gonna replace anybody. I mean, as far as we are able to see, and as far as you're able to adopt to the tool. So when I make the statement, as I told, previously, software like us makes life of a business owner and their chartered accountants very easy. To give an example, uh, previously the auditor or bookkeeper had to verify all the manual entries. He has to spend hours and hours and days together to identify whether all the entries are correct from journal to this thing, and whether it is matching or anything. Tool like there's tool like Tally, provides them immediate, easy solution. Like, so, the business owner will just give the tally data to the chartered accountant, and chartered accountant will go through and just do random checking whether all the entries have been passed properly. Tally will also, as I told you, will also give a report where this says, okay, this looks like some exceptional scenario. It makes life easier for a chartered accountant to just go and have a look at those transactions, and then guide the business owner or the accountant to make the required changes. Also, the Tally will prepare one entire the VAT report and the VAT filing report. The chartered accountant has to just go and verify whether it is everything is in line. So ours softwares like ours are a helping tool for chartered accountants. It's not going to replace anyone. Having said this, it is also very important with new and new technologies coming in. As I told you, AI, API integrated tools, technologies. It is for all of us to adapt to it, and see that how it will help and make our life easier. uh, AI definitely is not going to take over man intelligence or our natural intelligence. It is the way we start using it to make our life faster and simpler is what we have to adapt to. Yes, if we are not adapting to it, and if we are not able to change the way it will help us, it then that is where we might end up facing some challenge, right? But currently what we are seeing is that people when computers came in, people felt no, then nothing, everything gonna stop. It's not the way. They have become helping tool to us, and so it's gonna be the softwares and the AI technologies. So it is only gonna make life easier for us if we're able to adapt to it very faster.
Absolutely. And, maybe it was repeated many times and we hear it now. It's like a cliche, but
Yeah,
it's true. Like, it's not the AI that will replace the job. It's like someone who knows how to use AI might
absolutely.
replace.
Very
Yeah.
well said.
So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, right. So it's not my words, but anyway, like it was repeated here on the podcast multiple times, and I see it also like many thought
Yeah.
leaders, they say it. Now, one point we still didn't touch on, which I think here in the UAE specifically, we were like kind of pioneers, and thanks for the government support on this, which is remote work, right? So we've seen people, especially post pandemic, during pandemic and post pandemic, moving to this flexible work arrangements and work from home and so on. So how this affected the financial management landscape, especially for small medium enterprises?
I think when the shift came into the remote work, and when everybody started getting adapting to it, there were initial some slight challenges which the SMEs face, primarily coming from cyber attacks, through cyber, because there maybe the system they were not ready to manage that. But things are changing now very fast, and I think most of the SMEs now uh, have got things in place where they are able to prevent these cyber attacks and cyber fraud. And as you very rightly said, the government is also, and all of us as industry experts are also doing all our part to continuously educate the SMEs about what all things they should take care about. uh, Softwares and application like us have also moved to cloud-based solutions and API integrated solutions where, sitting at their house, sitting in their office, they can access their data, or and work from whichever place they want to work. And those things are also changing the behavior patterns. Yeah. It's also helping them to improve the efficiency. I mean, to talk for us and to talk for businesses, we are also seeing a lot of businesses are wanting to connect virtually, remotely, and even for us, when we are going and meeting businesses and wanting to show a product demo, there are a lot of businesses who are preferring to have it virtually. So it saves a lot of time efficiency for one's travel, and the outcome is almost the same what we're expecting. Cloud-based solutions, definitely, as I told you, accessing and data from anywhere, anytime, with the benefit of having the most secure connection. So for software like Tally, we have a Tally Prime Cloud Access, which we have powered with AWS. So the two world leaders have come together, providing the best solution to SMEs in terms of the business management tool coming from us, and the cloud technology coming from AWS, with the assurity of security and privacy, which are the key challenges, or with the key concerns which SMEs are looking at, and that's the confidence what they want. So it's definitely changing the landscape. SMEs are getting more and more geared. We had a couple of SMEs who were not wanting to. Uh, so that we have a mix of both. There are SMEs who would say, okay, I would want to have on premises, I would want to access it whenever I want to have. So technological hours provide them both the option. So you can have it on premise at your office, and with the flexibility of accessing it anywhere, anytime, whenever they want to access it. With the surety of it being the most secure and the private cloud which is possible. Because that's one of the key things what SMEs look at. Then how secure is my data? And how private is my data? Does anyone else have access to it? So we give them that surety.
Absolutely. And this is, required not only for convenience, as you said, because it's also for the security of the data. And because, again, back to the point of the fraud also as well, because like you don't want people to access your data, steal it, and then misuse it somehow. And then all of a sudden you start to see like weird stuff in your books, and you're not sure like who accessed this,
Yes.
when, and so on. So yeah, definitely on the remote work, I think the cloud and even on-prem plus kind of a flexibility to access it remotely is what we have seen a lot of. Not only SMEs actually, like even the big guys organizations
Yes.
have done, but the flexibility and the security that solutions like what Tally does, I think it made the lives easy, brings the peace of mind to business owners. Um, as we are wrapping up, Vikas, like maybe final advice maybe to business owners, especially in the SME space, when it comes to managing their uh, finances and adopting technology, if you want to share something with the audience, and of course where people can get in touch.
Yeah. So no. So first of all, I wanted to you know we are in a blessed land where the government and the entire ecosystem is there to talking about SMEs, helping the SMEs, and we see a lot of initiatives coming from right from the top, where they want to promote the startup, they want to promote the SMEs. So that's a very good thing, which is happening in this part of the world. Support being provided from all the angles. I see a lot of financial institutions and banks coming forward to help the SMEs. And a company like us help them to provide the right data so that their financing options are taken very fast and easy. My only thing is for the SME owners to feel that, as I mentioned in the beginning as well, is that don't. It's a very very easy step to begin with. If you want to get complete benefit of the automation tool, start. Don't only limit your automation to one aspect of a business, because we feel that if somebody has done only invoicing, then the entire but the balance else is all manual. Somebody has done compliance automation, but the balance please don't do that. A tool like ours which is a complete business management software or a solution, right from your invoicing to your compliance journey, to give you insightful reports and everything. Take optimum use of it. And you could visit our website, www.tallysolutions.com, or give us a call on our toll-free number, which is 800 Tally. That is 800 82559. And we will definitely come and help you and entire your transformation journey, digital transformation journey, your compliance journey, and we are there to help you whatever way possible to do. We have been doing it for, as I mentioned, 65,000 businesses in UAE, and we will be more than happy to definitely provide our services and serve you in your journey as well. So
Great.
take this step. I think that my only word would be that let's take this step. It is better late than never.
Absolutely. And again, Vikas, thank you very much for sharing the insights, the challenges and the solutions that SMEs and startups, to your point, of course. So when we say SMEs, of course, we include startups in that. And we know like it's been a very flourishing times for startups to be in the region, and even like any type of startups, whether you are in tech, whether you are in any other domain. And yeah, again, to your point, like of having a complete solution rather than getting things and trying to put it into a puzzle, which makes the life a little bit difficult. So yeah, so this is the approach: simplicity. And I want to thank you, Vikas, for all the insights you gave. And for the audience, like you will find all the information, the links that Vikas mentioned now, and the ways to contact on the show notes if you're listening on your favorite podcasting application, and on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. And this is usually how I end my episodes. So this is for the audience. If you just discovered this podcast, thank you for passing by. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did so, please give us a thumb up and share it with your friends and colleagues. And if you are one of the people who keeps coming and again and keeps sending me their suggestions, questions, and you know recommendations, thank you for doing so. And thank you, because of all your support and what you do, we are now for the third month. We are entering now March at the time of the recording. So we're managing to get the podcast in the top 200 charts across multiple countries in different places. And also, the CTO show made it the beginning of this year as the top 40 most listened business podcast in Dubai. So this couldn't happen without your support. Thank you very much. And as I say always, stay tuned for a new episode, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.